Hey team, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little bit different to the usual fashion hauls I've been doing. I thought I would come and talk to you. I'm currently still in the Seychelles doing this video. Jeff's gone to the gym, so I thought it would be a good time just to get this filmed. So I went wedding dress shopping just before I came away. So about 3 weeks ago now, with two of my bridesmaids down in kind of Wokingham, Surrey kind of way. And as I get married next June, so just under a year away now, they say start looking about a year in advance, as it takes something about 6 months to make the dress, 2 months for alterations and things like that, and obviously you've got to get married. So this is going to be a good time to start looking. I avoided London mainly because you have to pay for appointments on a weekend in quite a lot of the shops, whereas out of London it's kind of you book the appointment, you turn up. Whereas I think at Brown's Brides and things like that you have to pay. Plus a lot of dress shops. So I know, having now been, that the sample sizes are about a 12-14, so they can pull them in for girls who are smaller and sort of like panel them out for girls who are a little bit bigger. But I'd say that'd go up to like a 16-18, and then I'm not sure what happens after that, because there were some dresses that I struggled to get past my hips. So I don't know. It felt quite daunting. It was an exciting thing thinking about it, like, oh, go wedding dress shopping, but it was actually quite daunting the nearer it got, thinking about how when you watch Say Yes to the Dress, most of the girls are like an average size 12, 10 or whatever. You don't really see that many plus size girls on there. So it kind of felt like, well, am I going to fit into any of these straight size dresses at all? Like, how does it even work? Is it going to give me a good representation of what the dress is really going to look like? Obviously not completely 100%, because the dress isn't made to my body measurement, so of course it's not going to. And my bridesmaid Phoebe did make sure when she booked them that they were plus size friendly and they catered to girls who are, I say girls, yeah, girls who are a size 18 and some bigger. So the first shop we went to was called Sophie Grace, and I'm so glad that this was the first shop we went to. It was like in the middle of like an industrial estate, like a warehouse, which didn't bother me. Just when I think of like wedding dress shops, it's always like on a high street, but it worked better because there was obviously a bigger space for them. So you kind of go in, and there were 3 changing rooms, but only one, I think she was called Jo, we'll call her a dress fitter, who was there to help me and just kind of like, so what type of dress do you want? What kind of style do you want? But at this point I have no idea what suits me or anything. So there are so many dresses, and what I find difficult as well, they are stacked literally like, so it's hard not to, you have to kind of pull them out to look, or like pull them out a little bit and look. But those things are heavy, and my arm was really hurting just literally like holding it up. So we kind of said we'll try anything and everything on. I originally went in wanting to literally just buy a plain dress, no like embellishments, no lace, no nothing, just a plain dress, plain and simple. I kind of thought probably one that's not straight up, straight down, but just literally just plain, simple, light. I think because we're getting married in Spain as well, that would be quite good. And she showed me some dresses with some beading on. I kind of thought, you know what, I'll try anything. I'm here to try anything. I don't mind. I'm not going to rule anything out. So I tried on, I think, 6 different dresses. You're not allowed to take pictures in there, in any of the shops actually, which when I see influencers try on wedding dresses, they're always filming, so I presume they've asked before, or I mean, it's probably a gifted experience or something anyway. But a few of the dresses I tried on, like an A-line style, which didn't really suit me. Didn't try on a princess dress actually. A couple of like mermaid style and like a ruching effect on it, which I thought I'd like, but I wasn't keen on that. But the dresses are so heavy. There was one dress that we all liked that I ended up putting on again at the end. I did feel a bit emotional actually wearing it. I don't know whether it was just like an overwhelming feeling of the fact I'm getting married, or the fact I'm wedding dress shopping, or the fact that actually it wasn't as bad of an experience to start with as I kind of first thought. And Jo was so lovely in helping me, the bridal fitter, in helping me feel comfortable. She made me feel so comfortable. I didn't realise I'd bought 3 bras and a pair of shoes. I didn't realise that basically you don't wear a bra in any of these fittings. nips to the wind, as Patricia Bright would say. So I had to get used to that because I'm very much a private person with my body, and I don't really like to get too much out. Obviously, unless I'm wearing like clothes and a top that may be low cut. I don't want to get my boobs fully out. But you know, at the end of the day, they were out. What are they going to do about it? They don't care. So it's actually a really nice appointment. I'm so glad we started with that one. The second appointment was somewhere called Confetti Bridal. I don't think it's associated with confetti and lace at all, but it's called Confetti Bridal. And it was a different style there. The shop was very much, I think because the first shop there was short staff, so it was just me and the 2 bridesmaids and Joe. And it just felt like a personal appointment. I really, really liked that. Whereas the second one, they had different changing pods. They had like the changing rooms and then like a podium pod per like bride and her entourage. So she took me through the dresses. There was one end of dresses which were the sample sale ones where what you see is what you get, they'll alter it for you, but essentially that's done, half price. And then obviously the new style dresses, but they didn't actually have that big of a selection in my opinion. So they give you 6 tags and you just look through the dresses, which I really like because they left you alone to just look through the dresses. You look through the dresses and then you can put a tag on 6 of the dresses that you like, which is quite good. So we went through, maybe spent about 10 minutes looking through the dresses. I tried on a princess dress this one and it did actually, it fit. It felt nice. It was a proper big gypsy wedding dress, like full on beaded, like bejeweled corset up here. But that I just wasn't for me. But she did say that actually it's probably the better option to go with for a hot destination wedding because the way it fans out has like a ring around it and actually keeps it away from your body, so it's actually probably better for a hot wedding. So bear that in mind if you're getting married abroad and you want a princess dress, it's probably the better route to go, but it just didn't quite suit me. It didn't feel like me. What disappointed me about the dresses that I'd chosen, 2 of them, the samples were a size 8, and I'm not entirely sure why the samples were so small, because there were 2 dresses that the 3 of us really, really liked. I think they were the style that we all thought that would look really nice on me, and we couldn't try them on. So I think I tried on maybe like 3 dresses there, and it's just, yeah, it was just a bit of a shame, and it kind of put a downer on it, and we were just a bit like, but the times I came out, the girls were like, oh, but they didn't like, and nor did I like any of the dresses really. Like some of the dresses were nice, but just as a whole, nothing really caught our eye. I think coming from the first appointment where it was just us in the shop to then kind of being part of other people's bridal experiences there was a girl, another bride getting, trying on dresses in the next, I say pod, it's kind of like the next sofa section across from us. She came in after us and left before us, and you could, I think she must have been a size, I think I heard her say she was a size 20-22, and I wasn't listening too much because I was focusing on trying on my own dresses and things like that, but I did hear her say to one of her family members, I think it might be, like, I'm really sorry you've travelled 2 hours for a 2-hour appointment, but I just need to leave. And it seemed like she felt quite uncomfortable in the dresses, and that's partly, I think if I'd have started there, I would have felt the same, because coming in when you don't feel the best about your, like, fitting into these small dresses, and then finding out that most of the samples are a size 8 or they don't fit you, or a lot of, I found when searching online, plus size dresses are a typical style, and it kind of like pigeonholes you into one style of dress, in my opinion. But it was really sad to see her not enjoy her experience there. But yeah, it is what it is sometimes, which is a shame. So yeah, so we left, I think, after an hour there, and then we went to get lunch. We went to Staines, as the next appointment, I think, was near Staines. I went to get lunch, which was really nice. Nothing to do with the bridal experience. Then the next shop we went to was called Love You Forever. You with the letter U. So, not to be a snob about things, but part of me was kind of like, I don't want to tell people I got my dress from a shop called Love You Forever. I mean, that was my initial reaction. I thought, you know what, who cares? If the dresses are nice, the dress fit, then if I get it from Costco, I don't really care, you know what I mean? So we went, and it was a hot day, the aircon in the shop wasn't working, which made it worse. And we were trying on these dresses on and off, on and off. It's tiring and it's hot and sweaty. So at this one, and you go in and the first little kind of alcove is the sample dresses. But she didn't tell us that. She just said, oh, feel free to have a browse. So we're having a look, but obviously with sample dresses, what you see is what you get. So there's no building it from scratch. Anyway, we picked, I think, 2 dresses from there, and then she told us that was the case. And I kind of thought, I don't really want to be buying a sample dress that is discontinued, and I can't get the fabric, and it's just gonna look like strange with panels and different materials and things like that. So we went round to the actual section with all the dresses, but this one was a bit more cramped. So there were 2 changing rooms, and there's another bride there already who I think had basically found her dress. So her entourage was a group of maybe like 4 or 5 women, as well as the like 3 or 4 staff in the shop who were obviously helping her and helping in the shop as well. So I was seen by Hayley, who was absolutely lovely. She made me feel really easy, which was really good. So I went round choosing dresses, and I kind of was ended up by myself, and I thought, where are my bridesmaids? Why aren't they helping me? When I spoke to them, they said there was no room for us to walk around because the other bride had taken up such a big area that they couldn't get around, which was a bit annoying actually, because I value their opinion, and I just had Hayley kind of following me around asking me to choose dresses, and to be honest, a lot of them I didn't really like, which was a bit of a shame. But I picked out maybe like 5 dresses, 6 dresses maybe. 2 of them were Justin Alexander. The samples were a size 14, but they were not shimmying up past my hips. Everyone calls it like, is it the wedding shimmy or the bridal shimmy? Wedding dress shimmy? Where you kind of like shimmy it up past your hips. Literally, it was not budging. And I think it was partly because the dress was small. I think Hayley did say the Justin Alexander dresses do come a bit small, in the sample sizes especially. But also, it was hot in there, and it was hot because I was changing in and out of dresses. So the lining was definitely sticking to my sweaty thighs. So that was a bit of a shame there. I did try on a couple of dresses that, were nice enough. And there was one that I did really like. I'll see if I can get a picture of it up on screen. So it's kind of like a Greek, it's more of it's like a lacy dress, but more of a Greek style, I'd say. But it did seem quite fitting with like a destination hot wedding. But it just, and obviously with a sample you can't quite tell, but it just wasn't completely me. You can kind of maybe get a bit of to see there, but I will put the picture up on screen. So yeah, so that was Love You Forever, and one of my bridesmaids texted me and was like, are you okay? Should we leave? So when we came out and they were like, do you want to go? And I was just like, one more then, just to not be like, okay, we're going to leave. So I tried on one more, which was horrible, and then we left. So I think we were in there barely 45 minutes, maybe an hour, which, yeah, so that also, I'm glad I didn't start with that experience. Yeah. And then our last shop was called Surrey Brides, and this was, I think, my favourite setup. It was what you expect a bridal boutique to look like. It had plush grey carpets, that like grey wallpaper, the dresses were around the side, you had to take your shoes off, which I didn't know was a thing, but you had to take your shoes off before you go in, and the bridal stylists, bridal fitters, they also were not wearing shoes. So we went in and I kind of thought, great, another shop where it's just me and my bridesmaids and the fitters, this is fantastic. So she asked us what we'd liked and where we'd been in that day and what I tried on. And then we picked out 3 of the similar style dress. I will say it's kind of fitted, that's what I'll say, that we all thought my silhouette looked lovely in. And I went to try them on. Obviously they're all samples, but I managed to get in them. Once again, nips to the wind. I managed to get in them, and she panels it out a little bit where it needs to be. And then I think if there's like buttons or something, she puts like a bit of elastic around it so it holds it in. And the first one was lovely. It was a bit more jeweled and beady at the top, and then I think a bit more plain. I can't even remember because they don't let you take pictures, so I can't remember what the dress really looked like. But I remember it being a bit more decadent at the top, and then like a really nice bottom, which we all liked it, but it wasn't it just, yeah, it wasn't the one. So I'd gone onto the podium, we'd like talked about it, and I'd come back in to try the second dress on. So the second dress was really nice. It was quite lacy. Considering when I first started the day, I was like, no lace, no beads, no jewels, nothing, no thank you. Pure, just simple. So I tried this dress on, and when I came out, there were 2 other women in the room. So it's just literally one big room. 2 other women in the room sat down, or one of them sat down, I think it was the bride and her mum, and I felt a bit uncomfortable because they also sat with my bridesmaids like they were part of the wedding party. And I kind of felt like being like, can I help you? Which is so rude, obviously, I wouldn't say it. But it just, yeah, they spoke in another language as well. So when I got onto the podium and the plinth, they were obviously talking, and I didn't want to look at them because I just felt a bit weird. They're probably looking at me, looking at what I'm wearing, but they weren't going round picking out dresses or anything. So I thought, oh, maybe she's here for her final fitting and they're just getting the dress ready or something, I'm not sure. So they were talking in a different language. I'm feeling a bit more uncomfortable and a bit judged whilst I'm trying to feel amazing in this dress that I actually do quite like. And it kind of turned for me then. So I've been on like the podium, and then I think the third dress that I tried on, her friend had come. So I think she was basically waiting for her friend, bridesmaid perhaps, to come, and then she could try dresses on. So I tried the third one on, and whilst I was trying the second dress on, one of the bridal fitters was putting out dresses for her rather than actually her going around to choose dresses, which is, I don't know if that was strange or whether, I'm not sure what happened there. Anyway, so when I came to try the third dress on, the other bride had come out to try her first dress on, so then I kind of got kicked off the little plinth podium thing onto the floor, not onto the actual floor, but like just standing on the floor. And I think from then it kind of dampened my experience a bit because I felt like I wasn't a priority. I think the other bride was a bit more difficult in what she wanted, whereas I kind of had more of an idea. Yeah, and it kind of made me feel a bit crap, to put it bluntly. But it was still a nice experience, and the fitter was lovely. I can't remember her name. She also pulled out another dress. So the dress was by, I don't know how to pronounce it, Enzoani. So she put out another dress. She's like, this is a bit more over budget. I mean, it was twice the budget, but because it was a sample dress, I'd take it for half price, which would be the top end of my budget. So I tried it on. I did really like it, but I would have probably gone for it if it wasn't the fact that it was one, £3,000, and two, half price, but I would take that dress. So I didn't like that fact. So the one dress that we all really liked was a lacy number. And I tried it on again, but it had like a blush undertone, but they said they could make it in more of an ivory undertone. The girl said it was a bit plain, it would, like, some beading would be nice on it. So she kind of showed me a bit of beading over the top. So they can stick gems on with a hot glue gun, it doesn't cost as much, but to sew beading on, it's a lot more expensive. But I feel like I'm the kind of bougie girl who, if I'm paying a lot for the dress, obviously you pay more for the beading, but I would want the beading rather than just hot glued on gems. The gems wouldn't match the dress. I don't think I could find a picture of that dress online, but if I do, I will find it and put it on the screen. Yeah, so that, in the end, it was a nice experience because I really found a dress that I really liked. So I think next time I go, I can kind of focus a bit more on those dresses. So this is going to be part one in probably a series of maybe 2 or 3 until I find my dress, basically. So we left the shop. I felt really good at the time. I really enjoyed it, apart from the fact that I felt a bit like a lesser importance, but hey ho. It then took a bit of a turn for the worst for me. It was near my time of the month, and the girls had like taken some like secret pictures because, you know, my battery's dying, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up quickly. So on the train home, I looked at the pictures that the girls had taken, which was a big mistake, and I cried on the train home, and then I cried when I got home for about 2 hours. I called Jeff, cried on the phone to him, who tried to comfort me, and then in the end I just went to bed early. And you have to bear in mind that the dresses aren't made for you. So she said that on one of the dresses I'd have boning here, so it would like come in here rather than my boobs just be spitting out everywhere. And obviously it would be made to fit me, and I have to bear that in mind. I think if you're wedding dress shopping as well, that's something you need to bear in mind, that this is a sample dress, it's not in your size, it's not going to fit you perfectly. No one is going to go in and have that dress be perfectly fitting to them. I mean, there probably will be, but I think it's going to be rare that anything is, no one's the same shape and size. People have got bigger boobs, smaller boobs. Overall, I'm glad I've got the first instance out of the way and I found a style of, like a silhouette style that I like. It's just a shame that I kind of ended like that, and I now see why they don't let you take pictures. But I did ask if I could take a picture of the dress, and she said no, but she gave me the name of the dress anyway, which I don't see the difference personally, but okay. I think they do it a lot just so you don't take the design off and get it copied somewhere else, but yeah. So it was, overall I'm glad I went to Sophie Grace first, because I think if I'd done Love You Forever and Confetti first, I probably would have given up. I'd have been like, I don't want to carry on with this, because I would have felt terrible. But having that first experience, and even despite what I said about the last one at Surrey Brides, with that last experience as well, I did have a positive visit. It would be good to know if you're a plus size bride or you've been married and you're plus size, how your experiences were down below in the comments. Did you find actually you had the best experience, you found the dress the first time you tried on, or did it take you a while? Did you go to the high street? That's something I've been thinking about a lot actually, is once again, not everything fits you perfectly in a high street, but I can try on a size 18 dress and it's probably going to fit better than obviously a size 12, 14 sample size, which has been tried on by many people. But did you have a positive experience, and how did you find it? Are there shops you can recommend? Any designers that you'd recommend? It'd be great to hear from you if you have any suggestions. But for now, thank you for subscribing if you are, and if you're not, please go and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, and if you want to put that bell on as well, so you know where I'm next posting. I go wedding dress shopping again the end of July. I mean, this video might be out just before I go next shopping. So I'll probably do another video on that experience the second time round, because I'm going up to Leeds. That's where Jeff's family are from. Well, that's where his family live. So my sister and my mum are coming up, and we're going wedding dress shopping up there with Jeff's mum as well. So that'll be lovely. So yeah. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.